Okay, so I was just wanting to give you guys a little update. I just left my second workout, like literally my second workout in probably 5 months. And really before that, it was still maybe twice or 3 times in that month that I was going. Like, it still was not even working out regularly. So I don't even count that. So basically I would say it's probably been closer to since November or December of last year. And so we're looking at about 10 months that I have not worked out regularly. And so I went 2 weeks ago. I went once, and that was my first workout back. It was totally killer. I had one balloon in, and the workout really wasn't that bad. I mean, honestly, I was at the point where I could barely even feel the balloons anyway, or the balloon anyways. So now I've got the second one, and still this workout was not bad at all. I mean, I feel like I felt them kind of bouncing against each other just a little bit, and really they told me that the more water you drink, the better that they will sit and line up properly in your stomach. So I felt like I was just kind of feeling, I started sweating basically, and some of that water was leaving my system, and that, and of course the actual jostling around of doing the workout. But it still really was not that bad. Nothing to complain about, nothing too terrible, nothing too distracting from the workout. Honestly, it was just a hard workout, just because I am still trying to get to the point where I kind of have that baseline cardio tolerance back up to where I used to be. Like I've said in a previous video, I used to do a lot of working out. I used to lift weights a lot. I used to work at a boxing gym. I have done all kinds of stuff. I've done, CrossFit camps, literally everything. So let me try not to die. Okay. I didn't realize that there was something there. Anyways, so I used to do a lot of different workouts. I've had very different levels of fitness over the years, and so I know that I have to kind of build up that baseline before I can really fine tune. And you have to be able to perform the physical movement with proper form. And if you have to start out slower, lower weights, less reps, and that's what you need to do in order to do it the proper way, then that's how you need to start. And you just need to get that baseline strength level up before you try to keep up with whoever mentally you're competing against, whether it's a person sitting across the gym and you're comparing yourself to them, or like tonight I actually had a partner workout, and you get to this point where you feel like you're letting them down, or they're having a harder workout because they're waiting longer for you to finish what you're doing. But that is one thing that I have always liked about Camp Gladiator, is they really, even if you're not at the same fitness level as your partner, they're always encouraging. No one is ever just like, oh my God, I hate that I got stuck with you. This is going to be a terrible workout. I have never had that experience at all. And so that is one thing that's always been great. And a lot of times, like, especially if you're just starting out and that is something you worry about, find a friend who is a similar fitness level to you. Or when you're walking up to a group workout like Camp Gladiator, it's going to sound like bad, but look around and look for someone who looks like they are at the same starting point as you, the same level as you. Maybe they're, a similar size than you, or, you know, the same gender. For example, if I see some 250-pound stacked beefcake dude and they tell me to pick a partner, I'm probably not going to pick him. I'm not at the point where I should pick him. Or, you know, I've had some partners. I remember a partner workout I had where we had resistance bands, and when this lady, I swear, she was like an Amazon woman. She was tall, svelte, blonde. She looked like a model, and when she pulled back those resistance bands, I literally almost fell over. At one point I had to stop her and I was like, okay, you're really strong. And I was telling her, AKA, stop pulling so hard on the band because you're going to hurt me. I can't do this. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm really used to having so-and-so as my partner, which was another guy who literally used to lead his own mini training camps for the Camp Gladiator games, like the state and national, regional, state and national games. So obviously she was used to having to put in that kind of muscle. So definitely communicate. Don't be embarrassed, but, you know, go for it. And just make sure that you're doing proper form, and, you know, that's really just to avoid injury and to get the best workout that you can. Otherwise, if you constantly train with improper form, like, first of all, you can hurt yourself. Second of all, you're not developing some of the, like, smaller connector muscles that you need to have, which can also contribute to injury. And then on top of that, whenever you do try to learn the proper way, you've got a lot of bad habits to untrain. And so that is just something to avoid right out of the gate. But long story short, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I finally made it to my second workout in 3 weeks, but I do have the second balloon in, and you know, I felt them a little bit, but nothing too distracting, nothing that was hindering my workout at all. It's honestly kind of an interesting feeling, and sometimes I feel like, you know, I have a little secret whenever I feel them, but nobody knows, you know. It's just, I don't know, it's some weird psychological thing where, first of all, I hate having secrets. I'm terrible at surprises. I'm terrible at keeping secrets. I'm terrible at gift giving because as soon as I have it, I want to give it away. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times, birthday and Christmas, when I finally pick up something for my husband, and I'll go up to him, and he has all the patience in the world. He has no problem waiting. And I'll be like, hey, do you want your gift early? Because I get so excited. And he's like, no. And then I get upset because I'm like, I cannot hold this in any longer. Like, I really can't. And so it's something I'm working on. So this is one of those things where I have not told a lot of people that I am doing the Obalon balloons. Mostly because I just don't want to have that conversation yet. You know, talking about your weight, talking about your weight loss journey can be kind of a sensitive thing. It can be kind of a vulnerable thing, in my opinion. And I think that when you're just starting out, you don't want to bring attention to your body and to your weight and to where you're at, you know, or the second you tell someone, and then, you know, maybe you're still struggling with, you know, your sweet tooth cravings, and they see you in the next week and you ate a donut, you're eating a donut or something, but it's literally the first donut that you've had in 2 weeks, whereas you used to have them every day. So basically it's progress. And then they look at you and they're like, oh, I thought you were dieting, or they've just got this look on their face because you have, in my opinion, kind of invited that judgment in. Not that they have to judge you and not that it's right, but you've brought it up and you've made it something that they feel comfortable having a conversation with you about. And so basically I am not at the point where I'm ready for anybody and everybody that I talk to on a day-to-day basis to feel like they can have a conversation with me about it. You know, I think it is a very personal journey, and you know, I just think as time goes on and I'm more confident just in where I'm at, in my progress, and how I think it's going to go, in being able to know myself that I'm not going to fail, because sometimes, you know, that's another issue, is I'll get really excited and I'll tell everybody how excited I am about all these different things I've decided and this journey that I'm going to take, and then I end up kind of falling off the wagon, and it makes me feel so like undedicated and unmotivated, and I honestly start to feel bad and feel ashamed about it. And you know, you don't have to. So I just like to keep it to myself until I know that it's something that I'm really ready to talk about, that I even have anything to say about it. And that's kind of why I have started this journey, so I can I started this YouTube channel is what I meant to say, so that I can post about it as it goes on and as things are fresh in my mind. And it's kind of my place to talk about it, but not with the people that I see on a day-to-day basis. Maybe down the road, whenever I do start telling people about it, or I get asked questions about it and they want to know, I'll tell them, you know what, you can go to my YouTube channel. I've been logging everything from the beginning. If you want to get the whole backstory, or you want to know what it's like, what it has been like over these few months, then you can go watch that. So I just kind of want to jump on here, give you guys a quick update. The only other updates I have is I am sticking at within my calorie range. I am struggling to be low carb. I'm still in the same caloric range that I need to be, and so hopefully I am still at a deficit, even though I may be not in the same carb deficit that I should be. And it's something that I am just still trying to figure out how I should structure my meals during the day to be at the right carb level. It's just so it is difficult. I do need to go back in maybe and look and check the fiber that I'm also taking in. I'm tracking on MyFitnessPal, because my dietitian does want me to track my net carbs, which is pretty much the amount of carbs you have, grams, minus your grams of fiber, and that's kind of the carbs that you're left over, which is the ones that are not, fibrous carbs, whatever you want to call them. Anyways, it's your net carbs, and so that's the number I need to be going off of. But I just realized that I haven't even been looking at that number, so maybe I'm not doing as bad as I thought. But either way, it is something that I find difficult. I'm working on it. I do think that that's going to be just a continuous struggle, but that is okay. And as far as everything else, I'm trying to stay hydrated. Literally, it's shocking how much water I drink at this point, and I know that I'm dehydrated because previously, before I had these balloons, so I have a 30-ounce water bottle, and I would drink 1, maybe 2 during my day at work. And I would have to pee, maybe this is TMI, but I would have to pee every 60 to 90 minutes. I mean, all day I was in the bathroom, and I was just one of those people that constantly had to pee, and I would make jokes about how I have, a pregnant woman's bladder, how I'm a woman, I just have a small bladder, and literally, anatomically, men do have larger bladders. This is true. And so I just be like, I'm sorry, I gotta pee. Every single place I went, if I got in the car, by the time I got somewhere, I had to go to the bathroom. So not that I'm saying I don't pee anymore. Obviously I do. I'm human. The balloons did not shut down my digestive system, but I don't go nearly as often, and I've almost doubled the amount of water that I drink. So while I'm at work, I will drink 3 of my 30-ounce bottles, so I'll drink 90 ounces of water, and then throughout the rest of the evening, whenever I get home, I probably drink another, I want to say 30 to 40 ounces of water. So that is a full gallon of water a day. And that is on top of drinking a 20-ounce coffee, iced coffee that I make myself in the morning. And then, maybe I'll have something later in the day, like sometimes I'll drink an energy drink. I'm really trying not to, but I don't know, sometimes I just crave them. I definitely drank one today, a couple hours before I went and worked out, just to kind of give me that extra pep in my step. And those are sugar-free, so they are almost calorie-free, which is going to be better than me making an afternoon cup of coffee, because it's definitely what we have in the office and what I can make coffee with is more calories. And at the end of the day, it is calories in versus calories out. Of course, you can have some calories that are more nutritionally beneficial for you and some that are not. I'm not going to say good or bad calories, just depending on what you're going for. If you want to treat, have a bad calorie. If you want to fuel your body for a workout, then have a good calorie. But calories are calories. So drinking a gallon of water a day and then some in other kinds of drinks. And not having to pee nearly as often, which honestly I'm thankful for. It makes my life easier because sometimes it feels like an inconvenience, and yeah, it's really distracting. But that is my update for now. I am just about to pull up at home, so I will maybe post this little update, and I will see you guys around. Thanks for watching.